Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show.
Kabam give a returning player a broken push further calendar and then tell the player it's their own fault when they didn't log in. We're going to look into this funny little story. Superior Kang as a playable champion? Surely not, as a test account causes confusion around the community. Ban wave hits the game as Kabam take on cheaters, in particular fallout from the incursion cheating scandals, and lots more to go over. Hello everybody, welcome to your Monday MCN show. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe with post notifications on all. We've got a lot to go over this week, especially there's be new update information, and especially this will be your final week in order to grind out some of those revives from Act 3.2.6 before they are gone for good when it comes to dealing with that method and the apothecary that drops in, a week from now. So yep, get grinding people. And we're starting off the show with this and this particular story right here. So last week there was a little bit of a, well, not bone of contention, but a bit of a weird one when it came to a weird account that was popping up on the Summoner leaderboard, and especially popping up as the 21,660th person. An account by the name of Dust Stage. This was confusing people and causing confusion because it is a Cavalier account with some very nice and spicy champions. Oh, but one in particular spicy champion, which you may be like, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? And that is that, yes, there is a Kang, a rank 1, 5, 6 star, yes, 6-star Kang. I don't know why I've summoned the count, but yeah, one of the spicy thing is that it's a very stonking amount of prestige there, an 18,000. That's very prestigey. It's a very prestigey account. So yeah, lots of questions were raised about this with all, due importance, because you'd be like, well, how do I get my hands on a superior Kang to be played? Kabam Mike was very quick to kind of let people know that nothing to worry about. As a test account, that shouldn't appear. We'll get it taken care of. So whether or not there's, I don't know how that gets played on the live server, but I guess it can. So whether or not there was some particular reason that Dust Stage was put on there. But interesting to know, we had this back a little while ago. I can't remember exactly the name. I think it was like Justin Main or something, where somebody had a playable Grandmaster, which was great because players were able to test out without having to go into, I think it was like on a beta, without having to go into Act 6.4.6 and test out against the Grandmaster. And I think they kind of like removed that, but I think that might have been a test account as well. But the thing is, those test accounts, you never know what could be like a build on them from a champion's perspective. It may be a Kang or it may not be a Kang. It could be a different abilities build on that particular champion. But more than likely, it'll be a case of like testing out some theories and stuff that maybe the QA team are doing something, or developers doing something in some sort of way. But yeah, nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see. Please disperse. Next up, and shout out to Mazoa for sending this on Twitter. I did kind of like read this and thought, you know what, we've got to cover this at some point for the MCN. And in particular because it is such a weird story of the push calendar coming back. And we'll go over what the push calendar is in a minute. But as well, when stuff doesn't go so well with it. And it's a boo-boo and a bug on Kabam's behalf. Let's have a look at it. Let's delve into it. So Mazoa says, over this company, I came back to the game after taking a week off. I get this message with the promise of a special login special calendar, and then they don't give it to me, and in the end blame me for it not working. So let's have a look into it. So initially, let's go with the context side of things. These are three very important images. The first image is that there's the message here, which does actually date. You might not be able to see this very well on screen, but I'll put a link to the tweet if you want to check it out. The 19th, it says there, of the 3rd, so 19th of March this month, saying that the push your champions further calendar, acknowledging that you will get a calendar for this, right? It even says that calendar. But the thing is, once the player gets this, which again is dated the 19th, does not get it. Looking over, the player Mazoa, even put like this was the calendar right here: March, Spring Break, Dangerous Shards, Paragon. no push further calendar. And again, the mail says he would get it on the 19th. This was a Sunday, by the way, if you're interested. And so, again, for some further context, Ismazoa did a ticket, as anybody would do, because you want to get this running and dealt with, because you think, well, it's an open shut case, players in the right. So again, more context. I came back to the game last night after being gone a little bit. This morning, I have this message in my inbox, but there's nothing there. No calendar, nothing. What am I missing? Am I getting messages of promised stuff that's not there? That's why I was leaving the game in the first place. Nothing changing, right? Again, further context to the next slide. Here's where the plot thickens. The plot thickens because the player then gets the push further calendar, which you can see right there, and notes that there's 2 days lost. You can see the 2 days. It kind of claims that this 2 days have been collected. So Kabam say on this one, thank you for reporting this issue regarding the missing calendar. In order to investigate this error, blah, 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 blah. I mean, look, there's plenty of evidence there. Again, further context. So the calendar initially showed up last night, but automatically said, I've lost the last 2 days. Again, context is this could have been not the Sunday, because we saw it didn't come up on the Sunday. And as you can see from the day, I filed the ticket on Sunday. There we go, further explanation. In my Paragon calendar, only 2 days have passed. So again, further context. So in a nutshell, I mean, for me, this is an open shut case to go, this is a bug right here. Last slide. Right, and then there's I don't know, Kabam just go all kind of further explanation of the matter. But at the end of the day, this is how it is. If you're gonna give out a message saying you're gonna receive a calendar, deliver the calendar on the day. Don't go, right, well, you lost 2 days. I can't explain why those 2 days have been lost. Theoretically, Raul is just blaming Mizoa for the for not picking up the days. It's quite weird, and especially there's some other stuff about offering grace periods, special progression calendars. We do not offer grace period extensions on special calendars due to the high value of their reward. Make sure that you log in frequently. Well, I think this has been perfectly explained, as even Mizoa is even put where is it? Not requesting extension. I'm telling you that it was broken and missing from the get-go, which has been seen with the evidence that was provided. Specifically showed you details of me getting the in-game message and the fact that there was no calendar there. Then I showed you the details of it showing up the next day and the last 2 days automatically being shaded out. This was nothing to do with the time of day or my own fault. It's just another lazy, obviously then making admission of Kabam being a bit silly on this one. Yeah, disappointed to see that this support has not understood what's gone on here, not understood the assignment, and the same thing with just a very quick check into the account rather than going, look, it's your fault for not picking up the. This is the thing, this seems to be like a copy paste rather than we've gone into your game and account and realized that we had a boo boo and we had a bug. That's all they needed to do, is make that admission. Instead, it's just an L. Disappointing to see. Let's now talk about AI. Look, here's the thing with AI. AI profiles are designed to be either very aggressive, non-aggressive, interact with nodes, or just be like Act 1 and just be very docile. But sometimes Kabams say that when you go input issues, Kabams say animation issues. You say potato, I say potato. Let's not deal with problems in game. I think that's how that song goes. But any case, right, to the point. And look, there's a lot of times when you kind of look at the game, you go, damn, when stuff like this, AI being able to throw special attacks in the middle of a successful heavy attack does point to problems within the game. I mean, just look at this little doozy, for example. Oh, it's nice. That's a good heavy. Oh, there's a special attack out of nowhere. Let's watch it again. Yeah. Oh, there's a special again. Let's now watch it in just because slow motion. Let's put it down a shake. Let's put it down half the speed. So you can see here, there's going to be a hit. There's going to be a parry. There's going to be a heavy attack. And then there's going to be a counter into a special by the AI. This is something at the moment that is incredibly annoying. The AI at the moment is annoying, but it is worse when, as Kabam say, this is animation issues. Is this an animation issue by Daredevil Hell's Kitchen? Is this an animation issue with, or a a type of break animation or stun window issue with the node? Is this something to do with the champion? And this is the problem we've got at the moment, because you go, oh, did I miss an input? No, it's Kabam. It's Kabam side of things. This is definitely a bug. This is an omission made even by Kabam Jax. It was back on March 10th, saying, yeah, it shouldn't happen. We brought this to the engineering team. Let me just say this. This is how you report a bug. Yep, appreciate, blah, 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 all that stuff. But this is like a small kind of like area. At least there's proof out there that the AI isn't great. But at the same time, your own champion animations aren't great. We've seen it before. Whiffing. Whiffing has been a problem for a long time. Actually, Daredevil's Hell's Kitchen, I think, had a whiff before. I actually think that the classic version had it at one specific stage. So yeah, everything can be very problematic when it comes to this game. There seems to be also a rise in the... and this is the thing that always makes me incredibly wary when I'm a player, is when enemies have, or defenders have, special attacks and I go to do 5-hit combos, because a lot of the time, or you're attempting a 5-hit combo or comboing, because a lot of the time when you're comboing, seems to be like a dropped input of the 5-hit combo, or a combo that you're trying to build. And what you're countered with is a special. Now before, and still prevalent in the game, is hitting to block countered by a special, which is really annoying, and is something that Kabam, I think, said in the past that they wouldn't have any intention of fixing. But stuff like this does really kind of go down to the kind of like micro area that you put like a microscope? There's a microscope over the game, or a magnifying glass. That's what I was referring to. Watching this particular clip back, does very much kind of like remind me of that. So like rushing in, you kind of think, right, it just seems like a slow move. Like you can tell that the Ultron just hit that there. We'll go back again to just show that again. But it's like, okay, I'll go in, I'm going to start building a 5-hit combo. There's the first hit, and I'm going to hit again. But it's like, it just feels like it's just going slow motion. Like, even though that I had that in slow motion, and even like by this clip standard, it, like, right here, you kind of think like, is this a hitbox issue? Is this because and this is something I've said before about AI special prioritization. It feels like the enemy is prioritized to throw the special attack like at some like instant, versus like if you're trying to build a 5-hit combo or kind of chain around something, you kind of have to watch out, because the enemy champion might break that and slap you with a special attack. In any case, I kind of feel like there must be something up at the moment, either the champion animations, node interactions, or there's things like hitbox issues or stuff. It seems like it's very widespread, and this is why Kabam will say like, oh well, there's not input issues, it's loads of animation issues. Well, if that's the case, there's a lot of champions that are very bugged at the moment and need to be looked into, rather than just saying like, well, the thing is, it could go a lot worse. You could say, Kabam, you've got input issues in game when it comes to response time of clicking on the device, and let Kabam go, no, it's not. And if they say this is more likely animation issues, then look at every single champion. And I've got to be honest, that's probably going to take Kabam more time. But if it is worth it to kind of go, right, well, if that's going to sort out the input issues in game, then have at it. But I think that will make more work for yourself than looking at, say, something like so taps a lot and say just like, when you click on the screen that an action happens. But, there's a lot of stuff to kind of like unpack with this. It's just interesting that we've seen this a lot more nowadays. I don't know, is everyone else seeing this? I don't think I'm alone. And now let's talk about cheaters within Marvel Contest of Champions. So Kabam have recently, well as of last week, been dealing permanent bans out to players. 605 accounts were banned for incursion modding, and also those that were taken in by those that are modders through the zones in Sector 6 are also going to be getting some bans as well. So this is good to kind of like clean up the eco space. Also, Kabam mentioned things about like these also include those that are high spenders within the game. I don't know if that's, to be honest, it should be a case of anybody that is or has cheated, regardless of spend, should be targeted. It's like everybody should be affected by this if you're cheating, not just a case of going like, why do you have to mention spenders? Unless somebody has been specifically spreading some kind of thing to say that non-spenders are getting banned, but spenders are getting to stay. So I don't know if anybody has been doing that, but that's kind of weird that's they had to feel kind of the necessity to kind of necessary to kind of say, hey, by the way, this is spenders as well. So it's kind of weird that they have to kind of put that. Also, it does mean that like there will be some low accounts that will still have the Legends badge, because it does pop up that some may have legitimately have done it. And this is by maybe like a main account that's kind of got a cheese that's been able to... It's like basically somebody... It's like saying, I don't know, an old account of MSD is going in with standard MSD. Quite possibly. Or maybe there's a different scenario to it. It just depends on, you know, right champions, good hacks, big accounts, old accounts, and, you know, minnow accounts being sent through. Weirder things have happened with this game. You could even have like a spending account, just spending the way through, and like the baby account coming through with them. Quite possibly on another phone. Again, like it's something for Kabam to investigate. But also, it's just, yeah, there's another ban wave that's coming in this week. That's right, this week there will be a ban wave, another ban wave. So, good luck to everybody. So yes, what else is happening is Battlegrounds related. I thought this was quite interesting because we're still at an eco space with the game where, look, the anti-cheat system is only going to be effective, in my personal opinion, if we have people targeted after round 1 of a Battlegrounds matchup, because you are investing your energy, you are investing your Elder Marks, you are investing your victory shields, and you are investing your time for things that Kabam at this stage cannot refund you. They cannot refund you your time, but they could refund you the other 3 things if you were cheated on. But it's something that Kabam still haven't done, they haven't looked into. But, you know, that's for me, the only opinion I have on this is like anti-cheat needs to be tackling at round 1 so you don't lose any more time, and as well you get that instant win because that person was doing 1 billion in basic attacks with only 2 attacks. You know, that should scream, hey, this needs to be nerfed, this needs to be, well, not nerfed, it needs to be kind of like taken up with our anti-cheat on this. But in any case, I digress. Kabam, do you say something about Battlegrounds? After a post earlier this week, we saw a number of comments about incursions cheating doesn't impact anybody. Why aren't you focusing on Battlegrounds? We've spent some time working on the incursions cheating problem, but the majority of our anti-cheat efforts are still being detected in Battlegrounds. Our Battlegrounds automated cheat detection system runs daily. Yesterday morning, the system identified 104 players to ban. An update we added to the afternoon identified additional 47 players. That would not have been caught without the update, including at least 1 player in the top 10 of the leaderboards. These players were all banned late last night. As with the incursion bans, these penalties are applied without filtering or spend, and include a number of large spenders that were permanently banned. We have at least 1 more major update on our Battlegrounds automated cheat detection coming later this month. That should show further improvement. Good. As I said, that's really positive, but as I said as well, like, I only think that the anti-cheat is going to be good if it tackles at round 1, bans, and gives the player the win that was going to be cheated on and going to lose their energy and going to lose their Elder Marks. That's for me. That's how it needs to be, and that's where it needs to go. But a ban wave is coming. Be wary, people. Now let's end the show with arena results and predictions. The results here are as follows, and thanks very much to everybody in the Discord that put the things in the arena results tab, also Twitter and the community tab. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, and those that DM'd message a result, thank you very much. We got a lot of decent results this time. Wolverine, position 5, 324 mil, saw that, and that's an incredible amount of points. 286, position 48, position 99, 247 mil. So there's definitely kind of a correlation there with predictions for last time versus what we got. 5-star 188, position 103 mil, annoying. 43 mil, 384. I mean, that is difficult to compete with these things. It really is. iDoom 88 mil, got position 59. 70 mil, got position rumored 99. 77 mil, definitely position 79. And then to get the 5-star, 20 mil was bagging that at the latter point of the cutoffs. So my predictions for round 2 are as follows. I'm going with 250 mil for 6-star Wolverine, 40 mil for the 5-star Wolverine, 70 mil, maybe 71 mil for the 6-star Infamous Iron Man, iDoom, 21 mil for the 5-star version of iDoom, and that's it. That's the predictions. In any case, what are your thoughts on some of today's topics? Put it in the comment section down below. And I thank you very much to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron who are on screen right now. And also thank you to those that support the channel as a Twitch Prime and Twitch member. Make sure to renew your sub. Hit the link in the description. And yeah, I shall see you all soon. And finally, check out some other content which will be located on screen right now. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.